Good, good. I'm hoping this is sharing. I don't know. We'll find out. All right. So today we're going to set up our Placester websites. So has anybody been in to set up their site yet? Like started setting it up at all or anything? Okay, good. So we're all in the same place. So when you log into your MyKW site, you're probably seeing that pop up. All right. So you can just close out that pop up and put "Don't show again" if you would like to not have to keep seeing it. Because I want to show you actually how you're going to get into your site in the future to edit it and all that good stuff. All right. So if you're looking for KW Clarion, it's right there under the window. It's lowercase CLA, uppercase R, 1 ON at CC3SS. And hopefully the internet will cooperate today. It's been pretty good so far this week. Last week we had a couple issues. All right, so when you're on your MyKW site, how we get into our websites is from the Technology tab, and then you're just going to go down to the fourth item down, which is KW Websites, and that's going to bring us to this screen. So just for a minute, I'll talk about the websites. So Placester is the company who is providing us with these new websites. Who Placester is and what they are is that's all they do is create websites for real estate agents. Actually, any real estate agent across the country can go and get a Placester website. But they do have a theme that is especially only exclusive to Keller Williams agents. So that's the theme that you see on the screen. That's the one you'll see that my website is set up in right now. Honestly, I'm not sure that it's my favorite theme of what they offer. I like a couple others as well. So it's up to you. There's 8 different themes you can choose from. And so it's really up to you how you want your website to display. One of the nice things about these websites is they will render automatically on whatever device the consumer is on, which our old websites did not do that. So if somebody is on a cell phone, which we know according to NAR, like high 60% of people, that's where they're doing their searches now is on their cell phone. So these will automatically render on whatever device the consumer is on, and they do adjust accordingly. So whether they're on an iPad and a smartphone, etc., your website should display correctly on any device, and there's nothing extra you have to do that. So all you need to do is roll down your screen, and you should see this "Go to my website" option. Is everybody seeing that? All right, and then we're just going to click on that, and that's going to take us into our admin panel for Placester. Now, when you guys first go in, you're going to have a box that comes up that says, like, "Start my IDX integration" or something like that. I'm actually going to have you close out of that box, because if you use that box to start setting up your site, it actually sets up another website, and then they're going to be trying to bill you. So when you go to my website, a box is going to pop up in the middle of the screen, and the first thing it says is like "Start my IDX integration," something like that. Yes, so you're going to close out of that box. Actually, I've just found that if you start setting up your site with that, it ends up setting a whole nother site for you.
So I'm a little far back because I have to log in.
That's what happens when you sit in the back row.
Introducing your new KW agent website. Where do I go? Quick setup from there.
You should scroll down and say "Go to my website."
Oh, go to my website.
Yep.
It made me log in again.
I know sometimes it does. I don't know why some people it does make you log in again. I think if you have your computer set to, it's a security thing on your computer, I believe it makes you log in again. But as long as you know your password, you're all set. Are you with us, Sheila?
Yes, I am.
Okay, excellent. Hello. Yeah, so now you are in your admin panel for your site. All right, so we're going to set up a couple things, and then we're going to take a look at what they look like. So first thing, I do want to tell you your site settings, you can get there a couple different ways. One is from this drop down right here. That's kind of the easiest way to get into your site settings. You can also get in here in the view details. To get started, we're going to work on this drop down right here. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to IDX integration. So this is where we go to set up our feed of listings to our site from the MLS. And so you should see an option there for main real estate information systems. You probably have 2 of them, as do I. And just choose one. the one that has the region on it, and say use this MLS. And so make sure that it's displaying Maine. So you guys seeing Maine Real Estate Information System?
My region is down under KWLS.
Okay, let me take a look.
Yeah.
I'm trying to record this, so that's why I'm kind of wearing my microphone, but, yeah, so just click on use this, MLS. Yeah. Yep. And then click on KWLS. Yep, and just make sure that your region is saying Maine when you click on that. Yep. I have had a couple that comes up with New Hampshire, so. No. Well, then you can customize the banner. But the, like, your own design thing, no. So we don't click on KW. So,
What's the advantage of this kind of website?
one, the search is like 100 times better than another website. This one is much better for visualization. So, I'm going to talk about that as we go through. Yeah. All right, so everybody has clicked on Maine Real Estate Information System. And, yep, so go to IDS. And then click on use this MLS. Yep, and then say save. All right. We're halfway there. No. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to, all right, say save. And then we're going to go back to site settings, and we're going to go to global filters. Now, I'm assuming that you all are going to want all the listings from the MLS going to your site. I don't know why you wouldn't. So you just want to make sure you go to this tab where it says all listings, and then click that box that says display all listings from my MLS on my website, and say save. All right.
Did you say, sorry, under all of them?
Yep, go to all listings, and then check that box that says display all listings from my MLS. So this is what will allow that feed. So when somebody does a search on your site, they can do a search of any listing from the MLS.
So it should show 24,000.
I don't know what.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody with me so far? Excellent. All right, now we're going to go to site settings, and we're actually going to go all the way down to the bottom here and go to site info, although it might not be at the bottom for you because there is more there. But so we're going to go to site info, and this is where we're going to put in our information regarding the sites. All right, so once everybody gets there, just hang out there for a minute, and I'm going to bring up my site, do a quick tour, and then show you what we're going to work on right now. So this is my site. I actually haven't taken mine back to the default. I usually do a lot of times, but I kind of want to show you some of the extra stuff that I've done on my site. So this is the Madison theme. So this is the theme that's exclusive to Keller Williams. Again, not sure that it's my favorite, but that's what I use for demonstration purposes. What we're going to be doing right now is setting up your contact information, your branding, your logo, etc. So as we take a look at the site, you do see a slideshow streaming through the background. They do have 5 slideshows you can choose from. This is actually one of theirs. Or you can actually create your own custom slideshow. And I have a custom one set up. I'm going to show you how to do that as we move forward. Or if you don't like the pictures moving, because some people just don't like that, you can actually just have a solid picture there as well. So if you have a great photo that you would like to just be the background of your website, you can do that. This verbiage here where I have Maine the way life should be, this is the only theme that shows on if you do set that up, but that can be any verbiage that you want, or you can just not put one in there, not put anything in there at all. It's completely up to you. Below the screen is our featured properties section. And featured properties, you have total control over what actually shows here for featured properties. I actually have mine set to show any listing by Keller Williams Realty up to $1 million. But you can set different price points you want to display there, different towns, different counties. You could just say, I just want to show my listings there. You can pick and choose exactly which listings go there. So, you know, one of the things you could offer to somebody when you go on a listing appointment is you could say, you know what, if you list with me, I will always feature your property on the homepage of my website, because you can do that. You can pick and choose which listings specifically show as featured properties. And then there is a blog built into these websites. So they have provided some content for us. We're going to talk about blogging a little bit as I move forward about how easy it really is to do a blog. And I actually just did my first one the other day, and I just threw on the this month in real estate video just to put one up there. So blogging is the best way to get found on the internet. I'm going to tell you that right now. If you want to get found on the internet, start creating blogs. So I'm going to talk about blogging a little more as we move forward in this class today. And then there's just a get in touch form, and then the bottom is my contact information. So what we're going to work on right now is our all of our information and how it displays on the site. So the first thing you're going to put in is your brand. Okay, so what your brand is, it does not have to be your name. Okay, because you can put your name up here. So the brand is what displays right here. So for instance, if I was on a team or something and my team was like Chris Triglione and Company, I could do that, and that's what I could display there if I wanted to. So it's really up to you how you want that to display. And then there's a tagline that you can put under it. Now, if you are part of a team or you have developed your own logo and you have your own logo, an option might be to put your logo here and have this say Keller Williams Realty. I'll show you an example of that. So Kyle Clabby is an agent up in our Auburn office, and he works as part of Angela Lee's team. So this is what he opted to do. He used their logo here, and here he put Keller Williams Realty. So as long as it's, you know, the Real Estate Commission requires us to have prominently displayed Keller Williams Realty, but there's a few different options of how you can do that here. So this is what we're putting in first under site info is going to be what you want to show there for branding. Now, if you're an individual agent, it might just be your name, okay? So that is up to you. And then the tagline that goes underneath it. So if you have a tagline that you use for your business, for me, I just put Keller Williams Realty. All right, so you guys can go ahead and do that. How this class is going to work, if you guys are looking down at your computer, I'm going to think you're still working on whatever we're working on. When I see everybody looking up, then I'm going to move on to the next section, okay? So that's just kind of how it's going to work. And by all means, if you have questions. It's okay. It's a workshop. So the tagline is what shows right under your branding. So for instance, if I wanted to say, you know, real estate for the Lakes region, you know, or whatever I want to say there, it will just show under my branding. And again, like you can opt to not have something there. Oops, did I not save it? There you go. All right, the next step down is going to be to upload your logo. So the logo on this theme will display right here, okay? And which logo you choose is up to you. Hopefully you guys have a logo in your computer saved somewhere, and you can upload it. There is not a Keller Williams main logo in this Select a KW logo section that I know of. There is one in there that you can use if you don't have one in your computer. It just says Keller Williams. It doesn't say Keller Williams Realty. And I did talk to Placester about adding the main one in here, but it's not there yet. So yeah. So if you guys don't know where to find logos on the KW system, a couple different places you can find them. One is under marketing and then logos and graphics. That's where I pulled that black one from. And if you scroll down, there's Keller Williams Realty logos here. And I used the black one. And I did the transparent version. I got rid of the background. If anybody wants that one, I'm happy to email it to you. So if you have a specific one you like, or if you go into our intranet, you can find the KW Maine one or the KW Greater Portland. So it's really up to you which one that you want to use. And you can change it at any time. If you choose one and then you decide you don't like the way it looks, you can always change that and update it at any time. I found it under marketing, and then logos and graphics. And then if you scroll down, so right here. Yeah. Oh yeah, you can change it as much as you want. I've probably changed mine 800 times already. My site. I go back and forth. I change the theme like every day. Because I have to tell you, I haven't found the perfect theme yet. Like I like certain things on different ones. But yeah, I change mine all the time. And every time I do a workshop, I change it again. Yep. And then just below that is whether you want to show your name and tagline and the logo. I don't know why you would upload it and then not show it, but if you decided you didn't want to show one of them, you can just uncheck that box and it just wouldn't display. Yep, so you just upload file, and then wherever you have your logo, and I would recommend just having some logos saved on your computer is a good idea. So I just keep some in my pictures, and so you could use whatever one of these logos you want. I just felt like the black one worked best on that red background, but it's really any Keller Williams logo. Keller Williams Realty, preferably, will do. The what? That's a favicon. Is everybody at the favicon? Is everybody done with their logo and stuff? David's shaking his head no. Okay.
Should you fill out the office details now or no?
We're not there yet. See, we're waiting for you, and you're already ahead of us, David. I'm going to pick on you for a second. Oh, the overachiever in the room. You can go back. All right, so favicon. Does anybody in the room know what a favicon is? Don't worry, because I didn't either, okay? So the favicon, look up at the top of my screen at the tabs. So the little picture that you see on the tab is a favicon. So here's Placester's favicon. For me, I chose the red KW. Look, Kyle actually put his picture of his favicon. Now, if you don't put a favicon on your site, that's what it looks like. It just looks like a little blank sheet. But so when somebody has your website open on their screen, you can have a little custom thing there. So if you had like your initials in a cool script or something, or your own picture you can put there, it's really up to you what you want for your own favicon. That red KW, I found that in the same place I found that black logo. So if you go back here and scroll down below those, that's where you can find just those plain, just a JPEG. Yep. Yep, and it can be, it doesn't have to be a specific size, I don't think. I know Kyle put his picture up there and he just put like upload file and put his picture and it will resize it for you. So favicon, really, if you look on the sidebar, it stands for favorite icon. So it's just like a little symbol that, that will work for you. All right, the next section down, the contact details. If you're using a team name, like I put contact Chris because I thought it was kind of repetitious to have my name here and my name here. But if you're doing like a group or a team thing here, maybe you want to do, you know, your full name here. I think, you know, I kind of came up with the contact Chris after. I used to just put Chris Triglione there as well. And then I'm like, well, it looks kind of silly because I have my name in two places. So I just added contact Chris for my name. So right there where my name is, I put contact Chris. But if I was doing a team branding here, then I would just put my regular name there, I believe. Everybody following me there? So for instance, instead of contact Chris, I could just put, you know, my name there. Now the email that you put does not have to be your KW email. It's whatever email that you want to use to communicate with your clients. So when somebody clicks on that email me link, and for those of you who are part of a team, Angela, I know you might be wondering about this, Placester is working on that you have the option to make that email us or contact us instead of me. I know that request has been made of them because somebody asked that one. You can't change it at this point, but they say that's coming. Yeah. Yep. So for those of you who are wondering what I'm talking about, where it says email me right here, Places says they're working on that. So I think they're going to make it, you could have the option email me or email us.
Yeah, it's necessary. That doesn't necessarily show up on a different diet.
That's correct. It's not on every theme. Yeah. Now you too, because you have 2 people on your team, you could actually have 2 phone numbers display there if you wanted. So if you wanted more than 1 phone number to display, you could just add a second phone number. So for instance, if I wanted the office number to display as well, I could do that. And again, depending on what theme you go with, it might display a little differently. But you know, I could do a slash between them or whatever I want to do. It's just a free-form text box, so you can put whatever you want there, really. So if you wanted to show 2 numbers, you can.
Is it compliant, the ad compliant, don't show the office number?
Nope, because we're going to put the office information down below. And as long as you have the office number on your voicemail message, the Real Estate Commission considers that okay. Then we're going to upload a file for your photo, okay? You might have to, I did end up having to crop my photo a little bit so it didn't cut my head off, and it still is really close. I'm not sure I love the round picture. This is the only theme that has that round picture. But yeah, so upload your photo there. It will display there, and then it displays down at the bottom in the contact Chris section as well. Or this would actually, so if you don't put contact Chris for your name, it would actually just have your name here. But because I have contact Chris, that's what shows there as well. Okay, so whatever you have up here is what will show at in that bottom section as well. Now we're just going to put in the office details. Now, I can't really find where this email shows anywhere, to tell you the truth. So if you want to just put your email address there, I don't think that's a big deal. I did put the front desk email, but again, on my website, the office information where it displays at the bottom here, but I don't know where that office email shows anywhere. So I know their intent is for that to be the office email, but I don't see any reason why you couldn't put your own email there if you wanted to, because I can't find where it shows anyway. And then just let me know once you've got all the office info in, and we're going to talk about the meta title and meta description. OFO 102. All right, everybody good on office info? All right, so now we're going to talk about SEO. So SEO stands for search engine optimization, for those who don't know that. And so these sites are really powerful as far as providing you with search engine optimization, meaning how do you get found on the internet? And one of the cool things that they allow us to do is every page on our website, we get to create our own meta title and meta description. What is a meta title and meta description? If you go out to Google and you do a search on any search engine, and I'm just going to use Google for an example, but any search engine, when you do a search, what comes up here in blue is your meta title, okay? What is in gray here is your meta description. So you actually can control exactly what would show there if somebody did a search for you on the internet. So this is the title of my website, okay? The other thing to keep in mind, the first few words of what you title your website is what's going to display at the top here if somebody has your site open on their screen. Okay, so it can be your name, it could be your team name, it could just be Keller Williams Realty, whatever you want it to be. So that's up to you, but I would definitely put my name in there if I was selling real estate. And I would also put Keller Williams Real Estate or Keller Williams Realty, however you want to do it. But that's what the meta title is. And then the meta description is, what is your website? What's on your website? What's the content on your website? Now, I am told that Google can actually go in and change these if they feel like the content on the site is not what you say in your description. So if you said selling the fastest cars in Maine or something, Google can go in and change that on their search engine, I'm told. So it should reflect what is on your website. And recommendations for how many characters, meta titles, they recommend a max of 55 characters, and the meta description, 155 characters. So if you're looking for ideas like what do I say for my description, I would say just go out and look at what other people are doing. Think about the words that you use in there. What do people, try to think like a consumer. If a consumer is going on the internet to do a search and they were searching for Maine real estate, what kind of words would they use? And use those same type words in your description. And again, you can go in and change. Spaces are characters, I think.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
if you do like 29 and something, you want spaces to be dash, or you want connected.
Well, however you want it to look here. It's not limited to 55 characters, that's just the recommendation. Yeah, it's not limited to though, but so think about, how do I want it to look here when somebody finds me on the internet? Okay. And granted, I will tell you, we will never probably beat Zillow and Trulia as far as, on a search engine, because they probably have so many feelers and spiders and all this stuff out there. But the idea is, if you're sharing your site, you're sharing information from your site, hopefully you can get found this way. And you can go back and edit these at any time and change them and update them and whatever. I will tell you, I have not set this up on every page on my site yet. I'm going to show you like how that gets done. I've done this one. I've done a couple others, but every page you can go in and set up a title and a description. So I would do that. It's just time, doing it. But the more of those you set up, the better chances you have of being found. And and I would change each one a little bit. You'll see, Angela, as we go into the pages section, you'll kind of see how that looks and how that would work. Then we're going to press save. All right. Now at the top of your admin panel, you're probably seeing a yellow bar or some sort of yellow bar, and it says launch site. I'm going to have you launch your sites because it's the only way you can look at them is to launch them. Now, don't get nervous. People get nervous about launching their sites. Nobody knows they're out there. You know what I mean? Like the odds of somebody stumbling across your site in the next 2 hours before you finish setting it up is so remote that nobody's going to find it. Unless you're promoting your site and putting it out there.
Have the other site? Or
What other site? The old sites? No.
So we'll have 2 sites out there.
Well, you'll have 3 actually. So we have the e-Edge, the e-Agency, and now this one. Now the e-Edge and the e-Agency sites are going away at the end of the year. But right now, yeah, potentially you could have 3 websites out there. All right, so once you've hit that launch my site, we're going to go ahead and say view live site, and that's going to take you to your site, and so you can see what it looks like. I just want to make sure your name is spelled correctly, your contact information is all displaying correctly, etc. Walk around. And
Do it. How do you find your website? Yeah, I can email it to you. Well, you have to, like, use something to make it.
it comes with that background. I actually went into another program with the background, but I can email you. Oh, yeah, if you want.
I can't find mine.
You can't find yours.
No.
So if they launch your site, yep, it does. That's what we're gonna do. Then we're gonna say view my site. All right, so.
Well, you know, it's weird because it says email me, and then you have your phone number there.
Yeah.
Oh, you click on email me.
Yeah, it's a link.
Oh.
I know, somebody else said that too.
And then, were you supposed to, was I supposed to type in contact?
No, you don't have to. That can be your name. That's just an example because I thought it was weird to have my name there and there. So I just put in contact Chris, just so.
Yeah, because I put Sheila, just Sheila, but I didn't put contact, so it looks kind of weird. I should go back. and put
Yeah.
Contact.
Yeah, so if you want to make any changes, you just go back, leave that tab open of your site, click back on the Placester tab. Nice picture, David. I like that.
I gotta crop it.
I like it though. Is it cutting your head off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I officially replace my old website?
No, you just have another website.
This is addition.
Yep.
But I would be driving traffic to this one or to the other one?
Whichever one you want. The other ones are going away.
Okay. Oh,
So, have you ever gone onto your site and done a search?
no.
It's painful.
Yeah.
Painful. Like me, I look at search on our website and I click right off into something else. Honestly.
But where are people gonna be going to if both sites are out?
Wherever you drive them to.
Oh.
So how do we get you to our website? You gotta share your website, you put it out there, you put it on your marketing, you create blog posts, you share links on social media, So we're gonna show you some of that as we go. All right, so if you wanna change anything on there, then just click back on the Placester tab, go back to site settings and go down into your site info to update it. Okay, so if you wanna change anything, of how your info is displaying, you're just going to go back into your site info and then change it. Okay? All right. So, yeah, so let me show you. So if you guys have not done a search, is my So this is what the search is like on our existing eEdge sites, okay, just to show you the difference. So if I go in and I say, I want to search Bridgeton, all right, then it takes me right to Bridgeton. If I want to go to buy and like do a search, I have to put in like all this info. The eAgency sites, it's even more complex. Okay, so I just want to show you this compared to, so this is what the search is like on our sites now, which I actually don't even have IDX set up on this site. Let's go here. So this is what the search looks like on our existing eAgency sites. It's like this huge like criteria screen. You have to put everything into it. So go ahead and go back to your site tab. So if you go back to your site and go ahead and do a search. So now we do have a for rent button there. The request has been made of Placester to either just gray that out or make it not clickable because we don't have rentals in our MLS. I know they're working on that. It's been a frequent request from them. But let's go to the search bar. Notice if I start typing in like Portland, it's going to try to auto-populate or make suggestions to me like it does Google search or something. If I go to a zip code. So what I want you guys to do is just go in and do a search, and we'll talk about that in a second. Scroll down and make sure it's pulling in listings that aren't just Keller Williams. You want to make sure it says courtesy of, and you see other companies' info there. That just means that your IDX is working and your feed is coming from the MLS. So this is what the search results look like. If somebody, consumer is doing a search and they want to change their criteria on the fly, like they say, well, I really only wanted to look, you know, from 250 to 450, right? Really quickly, they can just change the price, and it'll change what they see here. Okay, what it looks like if you click on a property, nice big pictures that you can scroll through. So it's really going to be a nice payoff for those agents that are having nice photography done on their sites. And I will tell you, each theme displays the property information a little differently. So when we look at the different themes, we'll talk about that a little more. But there are the pictures. And then there's a request showing option. If anybody is on your site and they hit that request showing, that's going to come to you, okay, regardless of whose listing it is, okay? And then it brings over the advertising remarks from the MLS. There's, the property features, etc. On this theme, there's a mortgage calculator right on the side, and then there's a way that somebody can reach out and contact you right at the bottom. It should go to the email, whatever you put in that site info email, that's where it should go. I don't know why this is flashing like that, to tell you the truth. Yeah, so that's how the search works. So what do you think so far? So far, so good? Nice visual, nice, really clean, easy to search. It's just that omnibox there. There are more criteria they can do. So if they know the MLS number, they know the exact city they want to be, you can do that. Also, yeah, that's okay.
Are you using your camera? Are you able to add those little icons?
Yep, we're going to do that. Yeah, so on this one, yeah, they don't show that brightly. That's one of the reasons that I'm not crazy about this. I know when Placester was here, they actually asked, can you make it bigger on this theme? Because they don't show a lot. They also show at the bottom of your site on every page as well, links to your social media. All right, we ready to go on? All right, so now we get into the fun stuff. All right, so go back to your site settings, and we're going to go to the featured listings page. Okay, so again, featured listings are what display on your home page. Okay, so think about what listings do you want to show here on your home page. Okay, so if you go into featured listings, there's a criteria that you can select for what you want to display there. So for me, I have the office name Keller Williams Realty up to $1 million. If I wanted to just show my listings, I could come down here and say agent ID, add that to my criteria, add that to my info, and I only have one listing right now. And so if I changed it to just that one listing, it's just going to show that one listing.
If you have only one or two or three, is it better not to do just listings?
It's really up to you, how you want that to display. It does it doesn't fill up the whole screen if you just do one. It's really a personal preference.
Can you bring in just a few other people?
You could. So let's say I'm going to take mine off. So let's say, I just wanted to show Bridgeton, right? I could just say, all right, I'm just going to show. Right, it's only active, yep. Or active or pending continue to show, I believe. I should test that to make sure. So let's say I just wanted to bring in Bridgeton. I could do that. Or I could bring in a specific county, or I could bring in more than one town. So if you only wanted to show a certain town, you could do that. If you only wanted to show Cumberland County, Cumberland and York County. If I wanted to show a minimum and maximum price range, maybe I don't want to show anything under $500,000 on my featured listings, or if so yeah, you have total control. So if you wanted to just bring over like your listings and a couple others, what you could do is limit it to like a county or something. So let me just show you.
That they had agent ID.
Yep, they have agent ID. If you're part of a team, you can, choose more than one agent ID there. So you could bring over just specific agents listings. And then if you want to bring over specific listings, so let's say now I'm saying Cumberland County, up to $1 million. I can go up here and say specific listings. And then I can actually come down here. It's still only bringing over my list. Oh, my agent ID is still showing there. So let's say I'm going to do Cumberland County. So if I wanted to choose specific listings, I could say, oh, Cumberland County, there's 314 that I could choose from, and I could say, okay, I want to show this one, this one, this one, you know, so you could choose like 5 or 6 and add those, and then it's going to rotate through those. So if you wanted to make sure yours are always featured there, then select your listings. I mean, you kind of do have to scroll down through to find yours if you do like Cumberland County. But that's how you can add just specific listings. Me, I'll just say add them all. Yep. Well, if you're on the specific listings page and you've set some sort of criteria, they'll all show here, and you just say add all. Right. This is just, it has nothing to do with the search. It's just what shows for featured listings on your homepage. Yep. But if you do want to show, you know, specific listings, that's a way to do it. So filtered is just kind of a general criteria. You're not choosing just specific listings. I mean, yeah, if you're putting in an agent ID, it's only going to show those agents' listings. But if you said I want to choose like 10 specific listings to display, you'd go into specific listings and then choose those. So for instance, if you promise somebody your property is always going to be featured on my homepage, you might want to go into the specific listings and make sure that listing is selected out of the group that you choose. So then it always will display. Yep. Is the Auburn area. Yep.
So if it's showing, like if I have something where it's still going to come up with 24,000 listings, that's just too huge to be on featured page.
Not necessarily. It's just going to rotate through them.
Have you heard of people having good strategies to this? Or is it very similar?
I think it's just whatever you decide that you want to feature on your homepage. Yeah. I mean, yeah. For me, I just go with the Keller Williams Realty to feature our listings. But you know, maybe you want to specialize in, if you specialize in a certain area, like if you really primarily do Portland, South Portland, you know, Falmouth and Yarmouth, maybe those 4 towns, that's what you want to display there. Because maybe you don't really want Sugarloaf listings displaying there and stuff up on the mid coast or whatever.
So when you add county, if you want to do specific listings, if you want to do it by county, would that be under filtered listings or specific?
Yep, under filtered listings. And then, so under your criteria, you could say, I want to choose county and say, add that to my criteria. And then I'm going to choose my county. So if I want, you know, Cumberland County and York County, that's how you could do that.
Well, doesn't it ends up being both, right? Filtered and specific. Looks like it shows.
Well, whatever you have on the filter will carry over to the specific. Yeah.
And so specific, I can get rid of some of them?
Yeah, you choose exactly which listings that you want. So you could scroll down through and choose, you know, choose a listing, add, choose a listing, add, and then that's what would show on your featured listings. Yeah, I'm not sure on the strategy. You know, my thought is you want to feature listings that are close to what you do for business, you know.
When you do a string of them, like if you have, just say, you do the street number and address, comma, street number and address, comma, street number and address.
I would do it by MLS number.
Okay. All right.
So if you just wanted certain listings, yep, when you go to featured listings, you can actually go down here and choose MLS ID is the MLS number. Okay, so if you knew the MLS numbers exactly of what you wanted to feature, you could just put those MLS numbers in. Yep. All right, everybody good on that? You understand how that works? Okay, so the next thing down is open house info. Now, you're going to see a message here. It says this feature is only available for single property websites. So this always leads me into, and one thing, when you're on this admin panel, if you want to get back to kind of the home page here, just click on sites. It's kind of the home page in this back agent panel here. So one of the things, notice there's a little plus sign next to this sites. So if you click on the plus sign, every agent can have more than one website. So you can create a second website, or you can create single property sites. So for any additional full site that you add, it's $10 a month. To add a single property website, it's $5 a month for as long as it's live. So if you have a great listing and you wanted to create a single property website, you can do that. And then you'll just set up your billing information, and Placester will bill you $5 a month for any single property websites that you have out there.
And you use that like you copy the www and put it in.
Yep, so if I did a single property website, I'll show you how it works. First, you're going to choose your design that you want, and we're going to look at the themes in just a minute. But so you choose your design, and then then I scroll down, save and continue. You're going to create a title, a tagline. You're going to upload a photo, save and continue. And then it's going to, you set up your IDX, preview your site. I think you have to launch it to preview it. Yeah. But yeah, so again, just another wall, you know, for anybody who was at All Partners the other day, Brad talked about a wall of value. This is something you can offer to people when you go on a listing appointment is, hey, well, I'll create a single property website for you, so your property will have its own website. For anybody who's ever gone out and bought a domain name, you can buy domain names pretty cheap. So you could, you know, buy the domain name of the address, 123 Main Street.info for like $2 on GoDaddy, and make that the website address for that page. So I'm actually going to be doing one this week for my house because I just listed it. So I already have a website for it, but I'm going to do one through here too, just as a demo to show you guys. So maybe today I'll get that done. I don't know. Yeah. So you can create single property websites. So if we go back up to site settings, then, so open house info does not feed to these sites. This is part of the point I wanted to make. So if you are having an open house on a property, one of the things you might want to think about is going into the MLS and in the advertising remarks, in like all uppercase, put like open house Sunday, June 26th, you know, 12 to 2 or something like that. And then those remarks would get pulled over and it would show there. So anyway. Next is the fun part. So this is the theme selection. So this is the theme that we are on right now. This is the Madison. If you like this theme, by all means use it. Your options, so you have color options. So if red is not your thing, you can change it to blue if you want. I'm a fan of branding, so I like sticking with the red, but you can make it a different color if you want. The header page, you have the option for whether white. Again, you know, Kyle chose white for his. I have red for mine, but you can choose what that is. And then this statement right here is what will display over that search bar.